Real Live. It is Week 12, game number 9, in the 2021 NFL season. It is between the Carolina Panthers going up against the Minnesota Vikings from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minnesota. Now let this go. See you all after the game. It is Super Bowl Sunday.
We'll see Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings taking on Teddy Bridgewater and the Carolina Panthers. We find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This carries into the end zone, and no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
Leadership skills apparent early in his life, carried over not just in high school but in college, where he was a 3-time captain of the Michigan State Spartans and learned the art of the comeback early in his career there. That actually capped off his career with a big comeback in a bowl game before going off to the NFL.
The first carry down for Dalvin Cook. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On play action, Cousins. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Yetur Gross-Matos. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up. Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Now into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to be a punt here on their opening drive.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing at the receiver where he was going, and they were able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on a punt. Back deep, the dangerous Pharaoh Cooper. It's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. So here now are the goes against him. It's Teddy Bridgewater. Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
That is incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's 3rd down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just scared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So a failure to connect on 2nd down. That leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. J.J. Osborne, deep for Minnesota. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And a 3 and out on the 1st drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play this weekend.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it actually serves out that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then you can't get incomplete things either. Off you go.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And will be brought down here at the 28. Tackle made by K1 Short.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They go play action. Cousins. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
Two drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. And a nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit and try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and get something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And it's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out the gun, Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he takes his feet on the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From Viking territory now, they'll come on 1st and 10 at the 36. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 26. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Bridgewater on first down. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Matthews. That's where the return stops.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Following the interception, Cousins. It's complete to Justin Jefferson. Touchdown. Vikings. Justin Jefferson. 60 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. The offense was out there for a long time, but they worked it for a good time, and they're able to get paid. kick it away after the touchdown. A good return is having stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Teddy Bridgewater and his Panthers ready to go again. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. After 1-7-0 on EA Sports. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. He is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater. Spencer Williams left. He's going to take off with it. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they're going to have a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully, that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now. That's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. Down to 30 after a gain of 3.
Look, already running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, He realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Daniel Hunter. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Third and long now after the sack. We'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Here's Bridgewater. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Joey Sly on now for the Panthers. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Osborne elects not to return it. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if you're watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
That's taken in. It's B.C. Johnson. Moving right down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis in his first half of action. Cousins able to find Jefferson here complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
A first down throw for Cousins. Johnson making pressure over the middle. And he is tackled inside the 49 point to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there is they were able to connect. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Cousins. He's going to get this one down the court. Inside the 20 before it's brought down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they're stopping with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. For the red zone now, Cousins. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage are probably a little under a minute to go in this first half. To the air again, it's Cousins. It's Cousins, it's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson, and the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Here's Bailey now for the extra point. And this one's right through, making it 14-3 ball game. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taking it at the 3. And will be stopped up at the 25. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position where he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here? Four receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Second down and 4. To throw is Bridgewater. It's DJ Moore. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. First out to his left. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Second and 4. Throwing, Bridgewater. This is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. That's good for a Carolina first. Bridgewater to Moore.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey, and he'll go down at the 28. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a strong first half for the veteran quarterback, Kirk Cousins. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in the second half. Take it in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They trail now 14-3, 11-point deficit as they start things out with a first and 10. Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they get up a touchdown.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On second down, here's the option. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. McCaffrey. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. Here's Bridgewater. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Bridgewater to throw it. Open down Samuel. Complete. And down, but not before they're inside the 25. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop it right around the line of scrimmage. He was brought down by Eric Wilson.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, second and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Now it's intercepted. Stop shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone, possibly get a little bit too greedy right there.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I would change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
They start the drive with Carr. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6. Play action now. Cousins. According to the headlines, incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a third and 6. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And it's complete. And Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
But we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam! Puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
So from the 36 down, first and 10. Cousins now. Cousins gets the first down. And he takes it across the 50 to 46-yard line. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with But this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Cousins gets ready to cook. Given 5 on the carry there, that'll be 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They're working it out. First down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This one brought in by Jefferson. And the Vikings are going to be set up with the 1st and goal here. It's the tackle made at the 9. And they return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football in the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. From the gun, here's Cousins. Now he's got it. And the Vikings are going to be set up with 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swing, slant, quick out, things that they consider safe.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll run for it with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
Bailey now for the extra point. It's 21-3. That time for a game play drive. And it's capped off on a touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And we take it about a yard deep. And they'll get it down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
And turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Throw it in the middle, and it's incomplete. Curtis Samuel the one he was looking for. But it's going to be second down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, Bridgewater. They'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and lead the game out that way.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Desperation 10, 4th down, Bridgewater. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw out and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the quick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Take it in at the 3. Able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Back to it after the pick six. Bridgewater. Gets his first running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they've got him run across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain of 32 that time.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out the gun, Bridgewater. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. Bring it 2nd down. It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot, and you have to run extra plays, harder to move them.
Contact as he was throwing it, and that's incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. And the Panthers turn away on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're over 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, "Hey, you got anything for this one?" Might get radio silence back.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I gotta think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Again, it's Cook. They take it down before it gets into territory. Gain of 13, it's a 1st down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job their point of attack holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front, allowed the secondary to get home.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And we'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he's on to punt for Minnesota. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds. And they're spotted right at the 20. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about it. The team had just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought that would be the last minutes of the game?
No, what a second half the adjustment. Whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.
Alright guys, they have it, the Vikings winners over the Panthers 28-3. Got in the stream, and I'll be back with another live stream when I set the other game up, so be right back.